Hi. Okay, so a few days before this YouTube channel ever existed, I was at the park. And I have a thing for Jeff the Killer. I have his white sweatshirt. I have pictures posted of him everywhere. I just took them down. But at the park, I was listening to music, and yes, it was Madame Macabre. She's my favorite. She's my favorite YouTuber. She's my favorite singer, and I was listening to her. I was listening to Painted Smile, the Jeff the Killer song, because that is my life. And I heard footsteps behind me, and I turned around, and nothing was there. I thought something had hid behind a tree, or someone was following me. Nothing was there. So I continued walking. I continued walking until I got to a cornfield, and shortly after I turned around and saw what was standing behind the tree, staring at me. I just stared at it. And he was staring at me too, like he had his hood down and everything, so I could see every facial expression he had. I thought it was someone playing a prank on me because I have friends here that like playing pranks on me. So I just waved and continued to walk away from him very fast, like I was fleeing for my life. I was having thoughts, should I call the cops because this creepy guy is following me? And oh no, he might kill me. He might have a knife. And sooner or later, I got to the slide that's like kind of like a dome shape, and I hid in there. I don't know what I was thinking. And I heard the sand, because it was wet. I heard the sand moving and shifting with every step he took. And I could see the shadow of him on the slide, and his legs were standing in front of the slide, so I didn't know if he saw me or he was just wondering where I went. So I hid in there for about a few minutes, and when I realized he was gone, I walked out and started walking home until I heard whistling behind me, and was the tune to Painted Smile. I ran. I ran to the Garden of Hope, not far from the sand park, and just sat on a rock and acted like I didn't notice he was there until I turned around and he was 3 feet away from me, smiling that psychotic smile. It was not pleasing, and I just stared at him, and for a few minutes it just felt like he was hypnotizing me because I couldn't move and I felt like I wasn't even breathing. So, then the 6 o'clock siren went off, and it broke my gaze, and I looked down at the phone, and it was 6 o'clock, duh, and I started walking home. I turned around, he was behind me still. He was still behind me, walking, and, I acted like I was calling the cops. Sooner or later, I turned around, and he was running the other way. It's like, oh crap, she's calling the cops, run! And, I was kind of having a fangirl moment because, every Jeff the Killer fangirl wants to be chased down by the psychopathic killer himself. Now, I have friends who like cosplaying. I like friends who like voice acting those characters. I even have a friend who looks like Jeff before he became psychotic. So he likes tricking me into thinking he's the real Jeff. But I already know what the real Jeff looks like. Look him up. before he became psychotic anyway. He was cute. And I went home. I didn't tell anyone about this because they would have wanted me to, like, call the cops or talk to somebody about it, and who would remember a story like that word for word? And second of all, I didn't want to call the cops because I would have work and I would be accused of, and I would be interrogated. Anyway, so before I got to my house, I turned around, and there, standing by the tree in my yard was him, with his hand behind his back like he was hiding something, staring at me with a big smile on his face. And, my mom opened up the door to let me in, and he turned the other way and acted like just some afternoon jogger or walker. And my mom asked me who that was, if it was a friend, and I just looked at her like, "Are you crazy, Mom? If I had returned home with a big scratch mark across my face or a stab wound, would you be thinking he would be my friend?" Okay, I don't know. You guys, I've read some of your comments. If you are still watching YouTube videos, you be the critics, okay? Because it scared the living daylights out of me, and I still don't know if he's real. I mean, I've had Laughing Jack encounters, I've had Slenderman encounters, Bend Round encounters, Tiggy Toby encounters, which that's just not that scary. I've had Homicidal Lou encounters from a distance because I never want to see him or let alone be near him. But who cares? Who knows? It could be one of my friends trying to creep me out into not liking or believing in it anymore. But we'll let you decide, okay? Just bye.